Chipotle Mexican Grill, Expanda Brand, Dick's Sporting Goods, MLS, NCSA, Nike, Positive Coaching Alliance, Premier International Tours, Soccer Shots, Sunmade, TA Petro, United Soccer Coaches, U.S. Soccer Federation, Wilson Trophy Company.
We made it to nationals, and that was amazing because we were one of the best. I think at the time it was 4 teams. It was a round robin, actually. So it was the best 4 teams in the whole nation, and so we thought we were just the next best thing since sliced bread. And I think that playing in that tournament was so surreal because you played against other club teams that were so good and at the same level as you that you don't necessarily always get the chance or opportunity to play against, which was so great for us because we were like, wow, these girls are like just as good as us, if not better, and we have to compete at the highest level and play these 3 games, or at that, it was a round robin, so we played the 4. But still, that just reminds me of how competitive I was and my teammates were at that age, which also I think helped me get to the next level. And being that competitive at the club level, I mean, has only helped me, continue to grow in my competitive spirit and level that I'm playing at right now.
The national championships was really, really special. I think that was like the biggest thing I had really won, and that's kind of for youth soccer growing up, that was kind of the ultimate prize. And I think we were always super ambitious in achieving that and to have that happen. And I think what's so special about youth soccer is that it's really your family. The girls that you grow up with become like your sisters, and you do everything, and there's just like such a strong camaraderie there. So to play with a team that you've played for a while with, and with these girls, it's a very special feeling to win something like that.
Those were really great moments because at such a young age, I feel like I was competing for something and really working hard to, perform for my team. And it was no longer just about, whatever the result is the result. I mean, at the end of the day, you win some, you lose some. But that was probably the moments that I was like, whoa, we got to win. We got a state championship on our hands that we could actually bring home. And I think those are really cool moments because, you remember a lot of the times that you win. You try to remember the losses as well because you do learn from them. But at the same time, you want to remember the wins that you have. So state championships were definitely a really important part of my memory.
Our state cup was fun. My team was very competitive. I mean, we had a lot of competition as well, but I can't remember how many we won. Maybe 9, I think, is what we counted with our team, which made it so much fun. That was always like the big goal at the end is win state cup, go to regionals, and go to nationals. And we always fell short going to nationals, which still hurts today to even talk about. But I had so much fun in those tournaments, and my team made it even 10 times better to be a part of.
I get to play now in front of huge
Welcome to Shields Overland Park Soccer Complex here in Overland Park, Kansas. Been saying that too much. Site of the 2019 U.S. Youth Soccer National Championships. I'm Todd Panula, and I'm here to bring you all of today's exciting 15 and under boys group action between Real Jersey FC and the New York Stars Premier. Your starting lineups for Real Jersey out in the field is going to be Nick Juszczyk, also joined by Brian Kuldanik, Thomas Napoli, Joseph Sino, Lincoln Ormsby, Angus Kenson. So there's a giveaway here in the early going. Braden Short, Milton Jones, and Cade McGrath round up the starting lineup with Matthew Marino in goal. Starting lineups for the New York Stars out in the field. It's going to be Cameron Acito, as well as Maynor Palacios, joined by Alex Matos and Asaf Groffman, Boniface Fatahu, and Daniel Montoya, as well as Alex Brooks, Mohamed Marok, Alex Adu, and in goal it's Renando Fatalu. Just to avoid any confusion, we'll refer to the goalkeeper as Ronaldo. Both of these teams with an opportunity to advance to the next round. Advantage played as the pass came towards the near side, but the New York Stars, who are in orange and black, were able to clear their defensive line. Real Jersey in the blue and gray, and Ronaldo makes a save again. Second time he's been able to touch the ball here today. The situation for Real Jersey is a win and they are in, a draw and they are in, unless Nationals Union is able to upset KSA by a very large margin, because that one would come down to a goal difference in terms of the records being identical. But KSA, one of the better teams in this age bracket, so that scenario seems slightly unlikely as another shot came in, this time off the foot of Jones, curled right into the hands of Ronaldo. For the New York Stars, their situation is as thus. For them, it's also the same, a win and they are in, but anything else and they are knocked out. So a draw will not do. They have to pick up 3 points to try to get in. Now left-footed shot coming in from Kitch. Andrew Kitch able to get a piece of that one, but just a little bit too much off the instep. Couldn't drive it the way that he wanted. Stars trying to slow things up here. They've not done too much with possession yet. Flicked up in the air by Adu. He's surrounded by 2 defenders, but the pincer move didn't work. Marok. Brooks. Back through the middle. Acito going over the top. Decent weight on the ball. Difficult to deal with. Trying to run underneath it was Fatahu. And that ends up into touch along the near side. If you want to check in on the other game going on, be sure to check out usyouthsoccer.org. Go to the championships page. We do have live scoring going on between that game between Nationals Union and KSA. That result could impact what happens here, but that also depends on what happens for this result. Pushing it onto the left foot is Marok, looking for a little bit of space. The chip pass flicked towards goal by Fatahu, but difficult to generate any solid power in behind that one. Marino lays it off from the back. Ormsby continues it along just outside the area. Napoli sends it back, looking for Kitch, who's had the best scoring opportunity here today. Sino lacing one up the line, but it curled just a bit away from the run of Jones. Bobbin one over the top, too close to the goalkeeper. Napoli was trying to make the run on through. Brought down, going into the attack as they do. Defenders able to clear it, but they surrender the throw. On the foot, Smelko. Trying to go over the top. Looking for Fatahu. Now Fatahu! And it was blocked out. Looked like that was Napoli to get a body in front of that one. But nevertheless, a good turn by Boniface Fatahu. And try to smash that one in with the left foot. Seventh minute of play. Good service just outside the 6-yard area. Cleared out by Kitch. All the way back up towards the half line. Pressure coming on. Now a bit of a miscue. Headed away by Acito. Brought down by Brooks. Looking for space over on the far side. Going up top. Kitch bent over a little too much, but he's able to recover off the rebound. Kitch with pressure coming in from behind. Takes it all the way into the 18 and then finally knocked out. That one actually went off of Andrew Kitch, so it looked like initially they were signaling for a goal kick, but it was just the throw-in, so it will still favor Real Jersey. Jones. Adu. Taken away by Sino. Tried to play it in towards the box. Nothing doing there. Sino to Jones. Jones spun around. Adu able to win that battle. Fatahu displaced by Ormsby. Jones again. Fans over on the far side were begging for the foul, but Jones seemed a little bit upset that he wasn't allowed to keep on in possession. Curling towards the back post. Ronaldo comes out to make the claim. Line drive punt, clears half field, but sent right back the other way. Good header from Kuldanik. Angus Kenson couldn't quite hold on to it. Short with it now. Kitch slides it here to the near side. Jones gets to it towards the top of the box. That was the intention. Never got all the way to Kuldanik. And then a diving tackle. Able to take it away. New York Stars in transition. Stepping in front of it was Ormsby. Right now it's been mostly possession from Real Jersey with counterattacks coming. Now a chance, Ronaldo! What a stop there as he used every bit of his frame to stick out and absolutely smother that ball with a big palm. It was McGrath who found himself in a little bit of space. My apologies, you can kind of tell that it's the last game of the day. 5th game for us here. So we've covered all the games on this field. No excuse, though. Fadahu going to go in the book as he took Jones out with a little bit of a late challenge. And the early yellow card given out in the 11th minute. So Fadahu with the yellow card as he goes into the book. Substitution checking in for the Stars. Aiden Chang coming in. He replaces Adu. So Trang will take up spot here on the right wing. Kitch with it, looking for help. Sino with Chang on his left. Now pushed towards the end line, kept in, service out in front. The flag was up, the ball was out. A fantastic finish, but unfortunately for Real Jersey fans, it will not count. Jones doing a good job of creating space with his speed. Was almost able to knife that one back out in front. And Kuldanik wins it in the midfield. Back through the center circle. Kitch looking for Jones. Jones with options, comes out here to the left. That's a little too direct to go to Sino. And it'll go out for the goal kick. 14th minute of play, no score. Once again, both these teams with plenty to play for. Seen some of the games today between teams that were already eliminated, but so far, been fortunate with plenty of our broadcasts to where there's been more than pride on the line. Ball went briefly into our production truck. Perhaps that'll wake them up in there. Served on back. Marino comes out here wide. Little dummy by Ormsby. Allows it to get up to Sino. On back. Sino to Kuldanik. Trying to get it on through. McGrath with the speed. The edge of the 18 and the sliding challenge pushes it out wide. McGrath switches it up. Bouncing up high. Nobody down on it. And then the volley goes up and over. Decent chance coming for Kenson. But As he swept on through, the ball was rising. New York Stars push it up the left. Dropping it back for Fatahu. Fatahu driving into space. Nudging him off was short. Real Jersey trying to go the other way. Two Eastern powers taking on each other here in the 15 and under group. Real Jersey, the National League white champions. They won that competition with a record of 4-0-1 as this one goes all the way back towards their goal. In this tournament, Real Jersey comes in at 1-1-0. 6 goals scored, 3 goals surrendered. They lost to KSA, as everyone has done in this group, and then defeated Nationals Union by a score of 4-0. Jones up the left, sees that he's got 2 defenders coming. Chuang unable to keep it away from Sino. Bounces out here to the left. Jones able to keep it in. Little step over, pushes to the end line. Wanting to drive it in, goes low this time. Deflected out, corner kick. On the flip side, these Stars got here. Going second place in the Eastern Regional, where they lost to Pennsylvania Dominion 3-0. Short on the corner. And then Jones goes down, foul given. So the free kick, a little more than 2 yards outside the box. Ronaldo setting up a 3-man wall to guard that near post while he mans the far side. Numbers in front in blue. Plenty of options here. Kenson going to take the kick. Kenson going for the backside and just put a little too much on it. Couldn't get it to spin. '18th minute, scoreless match. New York Stars doing a lot of defending here in the opening half. They haven't been able to utilize their offensive power here in this national tournament, despite the fact that they had 2 players with 4 goals apiece in the regionals. Some of that has to do with the quality of play. Some of it's just the chances not necessarily materializing, but that was Fatahu and Maroc, who combined for a total of 8 goals themselves. Little left-footed chip gets up to Fatahu. Ends up into touch. Sino looking for space, wants to get it to Jones. Instead, it was flicked on by Kenson. Fatahu had it go through the wickets. Napoli booted up by Koldanik. Wasn't quite there for Jones. Maroc slowed up, foul given. Didn't feel there was enough of an advantage to let play continue. Strong right foot from Macito from the back line. Headed away, though. Couldn't be corralled by Brooks as he saw it sail past. Comes here to the near wing. Jones outweighs Palacios in terms of the speed of getting to the ball. Goldanik drops it back. Is Real Jersey just relieving the pressure. Kitch from the near side. Kitch kind of a field general. Somewhat of an amoeba in terms of positioning on the field. He's got the freedom to go forward, but also sets up in more of a defensive midfield role at times. Checking into the game is Jacob Smelko. Jones able to keep the pressure off. Palacios was right on his back. And then Jones a little too much in his challenge, so the free kick given to the New York Stars. Too much on that one to connect with Chang. Not enough of an angle on it to get it to Fatahu. Goldanik for Real Jersey. Bit of a bump in the back of McGrath. Jersey stays in possession. Looking for space in through the midfield. Didn't connect with Goldanik. Stars looking to counter. Smelko. Smelko just a little too anxious there on that passing opportunity. Looked to get it out to Jones early. Didn't spot the defender. Spinning away from pressure is Maroc. Fatahu, who's taken up more residence on the left. Trying to get a different look from the defenders. Still well spotted, though, and Real Jersey had numbers in behind. '23rd minute of a scoreless match. Final match of the day, final match of the tournament for some of these teams. Last day of round-robin play. The older age groups, which is basically to say everyone not in the 13 and under bracket. Is this one coming in close, and Marino came out, made the grab. But to finish my thought, everybody in the older age groups will have a day off on Friday, and then they will have their semifinal matches on Saturday and potential championship matches come Sunday. All the way back for Ronaldo. Flicked it out and then spun it upfield with the right foot. Chang brings it down. Fatahu calls for it and receives. Over to Maroc here on the near side. They'll step over with the left foot. Not finding too much space to drive forward. Keeps that ball on a string. And then shot it wide. Not too far, though. Only missed by a couple yards. Coach Kapitko, a little bit upset that his defenders just stood there and watched the shot come in. Wants a little bit more pressure to come on those attempts. Substitution will be made at the next appropriate opportunity for the New York Stars. Maroc comes out, and into the game is Bakary Anderson. Off the shoulder, so no handball call. Back through the midfield for Groffman. Back the other way. Jones cuts it around Palacios. Jones with pressure coming in from behind. He senses it. Keeps that ball tight. Real Jersey forced to take their foot off the gas just a little bit. Goldanik even further back. Kitch to Ormsby. Sino. Palacios came out, was able to get to that one, out for the throw. Fatahu gets around two defenders, turns on the afterburners. And the yellow card going to be brandished against Josino. So another yellow card handed out, this time in the 26th minute. So that restart never should have occurred. Now there's a player down at the edge of the box for New York Stars. And we'll redo the free kick from about 8 yards inside the half. Sino towards the edge of the box, curling away from goal. Al Jersey able to deal with it defensively. Second opportunity. Kitch steps in front of it, looking to spring the counterattack. Comes over near side for Jones. He takes on Palacios, and there's just a little too much spin on that one to carry it out. Been a solid match for both of these teams. They've created a few chances here and there. New York Stars haven't really troubled Marino yet, but they've still pushed dangerously into the attacking third. It's been Ronaldo who's been troubled a little bit more, forced to make a few saves in this half. Jones jumped in, and he's going to be called for the foul. A couple of yellow cards brandished, one for each team. In the 11th minute, it was Boniface Fatahu given the yellow, and then the caution came out for Joe Sino in the 26th minute. Trying to go over the top to Fatahu, but that was well spotted. Sino with pressure coming. Jones gets around Palacios. Fatahu joining him in defense. Palacio on the second attempt, able to get in front. Chang going the other way. Slides one to the far side now. Montoya, space in front. Taking on the defender. Montoya all the way outside, and then he's walled off. Still hasn't run out quite yet. Now it's over the line. Marino puts it back. Smelko. Goldanik. Looking for Kitch. Instead, now it's Jones. Too strong for McGrath. Ormsby to short. Goldanik. Take it away from Smelko. Goldanik tries to send it to the near side. Instead, Chang drops it back. Back and forth, possession being traded. Short, able to put it up the line. In for Kitch, looking for the touch. It's blocked in front by Palacios after Ronaldo had just barely missed it. 31st minute. Driving up the field. No advantage there, so Sino earns the free kick. They go quickly with it, so no substitution allowed. Sino avoids another little bit of a swat. Officials said that there wasn't any advantage there either, so another free kick. Substitution coming in. It's Rob Weitzman. He replaces Chang. Weitzman steps in front, trying to give it a bit of a screen. Now forced to retreat. Goldanik lining up the kick. Goes short with it to Jones. Kitch looking to play it off the defender. Wants to draw the corner. Palacios kind of trapped in there. Flag stays down, so the ball stayed in. Well played to get it on through to Smelko. Arms went up. Calls for offside. Doesn't really matter. Ball rolls out. Line drive from Ronaldo, looking for Weitzman. Up the left-hand side for the Stars. Trying to push into the attacking third, as it's been mostly Real Jersey for the last 5 minutes or so. Now all alone at the top of the box, an opportunity, left-footed shot! Just wide. Really good opportunity there for the Stars. Somewhat against the run of play, but sometimes that's all it takes. There's a little bit of space there on the outside of the box. Then the shot just cut across a little too much. You see one little bounce. Marino full stretch. Difficult to tell from our angle whether he had that covered on the shot from Groffman. Kitch defended by Palacios. He laces one up the field looking for Fatahu. Marino is out. Collision between the two Real players. And now the foul given. So free kick just outside the box for Real Jersey FC. Substitution will be made for the New York Stars. Real Jersey trying to make one as well. Coming in, Savic Magon for the Stars. Player getting ready to check in is Tyler Davidson for Real Jersey. Montoya taken out for New York. New York Stars based in New York, New York. Real Jersey out of Medford, New Jersey. Laid back for Groffman. Slides one in. Looking for Weitzman. A duel along the end line, and it ends up as a goal kick. 36th minute to play. Sub will be made. Davidson in. Smelko is out. Right onto the sole of the foot of Kuldanik. Kitch takes it right into pressure. Too much grabbing going on. Free kick coming out. Ronaldo. Won by Ormsby through the wickets of Anderson. Anderson calling for it. Badahu lost possession. Going to the far side, looking for Magon. Kuldanik. Jones. Not quite there for Sino. Anderson takes it right back into pressure. Kitch. There's pressure right on his back. Sent in through. Flag stays down. Chance now. All alone with the keeper. What a save. McGrath. Played it right back into Ronaldo, but Ronaldo had to get down quickly to get a piece of that one. That's going to be a chance that he might have nightmares about. McGrath was basically 1v1 with the keeper. Comes up empty-handed. But another chance for Real Jersey as they continue to build pressure up the far-hand side. Flag was up, and it was offside on the far wing. Little under 2 minutes left to go in regulation. Word is that 2 minutes will be added on after that. Fatahu with a late challenge coming in. Fatahu elects to keep it in. Goes out, goes in! Flag stays down, the goal counts, and right before the end of the first half, the New York Stars have struck. The Stars, who have basically been living off counterattacks throughout this contest, are able to spring one up the field. Fatahu was able to keep it in along the end line, serve it back across. Somehow it got all the way to the back door, and it ended up in the back of the net. So we get a better look at this one now. Fatahu gets in behind Yushak, keeps it in now. That seemed like it was going to be a mistake, and ultimately it was right there on the doorstep for Rob Weitzman, who was a first half substitution, and he gets the goal in the 40th minute. No need for Real Jersey to panic, though, as they've created a lot throughout this contest. Just haven't been able to find that final ball. But now that makes that chance from McGrath that went by the wayside look all the more important. New York Stars trying to put in a late substitution here to solidify the defense. Played all the way back to Marino as he boots it out. Kevin Kurtz will check into the game if given an opportunity. Not too much time left in this half, just about a minute and a half. If the full 2 minutes are added on to the end, perhaps a little bit more. Play restarted, though, before the substitution could be made. Getting around the defense is Kitch. Wants to drive it down towards the end line. Runs out of space, though. Taken away by the defender. And it ends up in touch. You see the substitution about to enter the field on the screen there. And you also see the full 2 minutes of extra time elapsed. Stoppage time, I should say. Fadahu, the player, taken out, so he'll get a little bit of a breather in before the break. We'll see whether or not he comes out straight out after the break. And Kurtz's time on the field was brief because the halftime whistle goes. New York Stars able to put in a late goal, and they lead by the score of 1-0 at the break. The goal coming in the 40th minute with Rob Weitzman putting it in the back of the net on a great play to jump on the loose ball. We'll take a break, though. We'll be back after this halftime messages from your sponsor. More from the Shields Overland Park Soccer Complex just after this. Bag tags. Target. Chipotle Mexican Grill. Expanda Brand. Dick's Sporting Goods. MLS. NCSA. Nike. Positive Coaching Alliance. Premier International Tours. Soccer Shots. Sunmade, TA Petro, United Soccer Coaches, U.S. Soccer Federation, Wilson Trophy Company.
We made it to nationals, and that was amazing because we were one of the best. I think at the time it was 4 teams. It was a round robin, actually. So it was the best 4 teams in the whole nation, and so we thought we were just the next best thing since sliced bread. And I think that playing in that tournament was so surreal because you played against other club teams that were so good and at the same level as you that you don't necessarily always get the chance or opportunity to play against, which was so great for us because we were like, wow, these girls are like just as good as us, if not better, and we have to compete at the highest level and play these 3 games, or at that, it was a round robin, so we played the 4. But still, that just reminds me of how competitive I was and my teammates were at that age, which also I think helped me get to the next level. And being that competitive at the club level, I mean, has only helped me, continue to grow in my competitive spirit and level that I'm playing at right now.
The national championship was really, really special. I think that was like the biggest thing I had really won, and that's kind of for youth soccer growing up, that was kind of the ultimate prize. And I think we were always super ambitious in achieving that and to have that happen. And I think what's so special about youth soccer is that it's really your family. The girls that you grow up with become like your sisters, and you do everything, and there's just like such a strong camaraderie there. So to play with a team that you've played for a while with, and with these girls, it's a very special feeling to win something like that.
Those were really great moments because at such a young age, I feel like I was competing for something and really working hard to, perform for my team. And it was no longer just about, whatever the result is the result. I mean, at the end of the day, you win some, you lose some. But that was probably the moments that I was like, whoa, we got to win. We got a state championship on our hands that we could actually bring home. And I think those are really cool moments because, you remember a lot of the times that you win. You try to remember the losses as well because you do learn from them. But at the same time, you want to remember the wins that you have. So state championships were definitely a really important part of my memory.
Our state cup was fun. My team was very competitive. I mean, we had a lot of competition as well, but I can't remember how many we won. Maybe 9, I think, is what we counted with our team, which made it so much fun. That was always like the big goal at the end is win state cup, go to regionals, and go to nationals. And we always fell short going to nationals, which still hurts today to even talk about, but
Chang going out to the outside, but instead taken by Koldanik. Looking over the top, but that wasn't quite on for Kenson. Back the other way as the team's trading possession here in the first moments of the second half. Remember, both of these teams, if they are victorious, will advance. So a win for either side, and they're on to the next round. If the Stars get any result except for a win, they will be knocked out. Real Jersey can advance with a draw. They need KSA to either win or get a draw to knock out Nationals Union. Check out the championships page on ususoccer.org for full live results of that contest. The top spot up for grabs on the other side. That's also a 15U boys match. Right now, scoreless in that game. And both teams on that other group are tied up at the top. So they've both already advanced, but top spot in that one could come down to penalty kicks if it remains 0-0 over there. But right now, we're only concerned about this contest as it's sent over to the far wing by McGrath. Looking up top, looking for Jones. Jones forced to send it back as they push the reset button. Yushek lobs one over the top, trying to get it here onto the near side for Short. It was headed out. Short thought about going in quickly. Slows it up just a tiny bit. Napoli with it now. Up through the middle. Koldanik. Back for Napoli. McGrath. Stars just lob it up the field. Slightly aimless. As Fatahu was upset that that wasn't played defeat. McGrath, Fatahu steps in front, gets it past Kitch. Take it away from Brooks. Brooks able to steal it back. Pilfered away by McGrath as he was able to keep it out of the reach, thus averting a potential breakup field for the Stars. Matos puts it in. Chang trying to avoid the official and get the pass over to Palacios on the far side. Jones came back, able to steal it. Trying to push forward now. But just a little bit of anxiety right now for Real Jersey. Their passes are not bad by any stretch, but not quite on point. Fatahu kind of got underneath his man, Koldanik. Napoli lobs one over the side. Koldanik stepped in defending. Kitch did the same, but they work around with the passing. Montoya back in it. Calling for it here on the near sideline was Anderson. With the ball never making its way over. Matos the same. This one difficult to deal with. Kind of checked up there. Fatahu couldn't quite get to it. Flicked around pressure. Napoli give it up. Kuldanik in possession. Drop back by Kenson. Kitch far wing. The passes continue to string together for Real Jersey. Short, trying to open up something here on the near side. Finds a little bit of space if he can track it down, and he does so. From the corner, pushes it back out top. Napoli to Kuldanik. Kuldanik into the box. Kitch around the goalkeeper, and again he's able to smother it. If you didn't know that it was illegal, you'd almost think that Ronaldo had stickum on those gloves, as he has just managed to snag anything that's in the vicinity. Kuldanik. That just shows how strong of a grip that the Stars goalkeeper's got, that he's managed to hold on to all of these challenges coming his way without spilling it and giving any potential rebound chance. Matos, bit of a bump in from behind, and immediately the hands go to the head on the defenders for Real Jersey as they're upset by the call. That the free kick will come just about halfway between the midline and the 18-yard box. Back into the game now is Maroc. He'll replace Chang. Brooks lining it up. Orange Kits setting up on the far post, going for Fatahu. And it didn't settle down enough for him to get a head on it. McGrath trying to turn past the defender. Enough pressure put on by Groffman to send it back. Jones from the far wing up the sideline. Space not easy to come by here. Good defending by the Stars. And that is out for the corner. So the corner earned by Sino. They go short with it. Jones in possession. Going towards the back post. Once again, cleared away from the line. Sent in on goal by Napoli, but not with enough behind it. McGrath stepped in. Calls for a high kick. Go unheeded by the official. Kept in along the near sideline. Fatahu trying to split the defenders. Nicely knifed away. McGrath in possession through the middle. And the favor repaid. A third time now. Each time a challenge is made, it is just stuck right there. McGrath goes to Jones on the far wing. Jones sizes up the defender, puts it on the right foot. Too much help in the way. Jones sliding it back outside. Sino trying to call something out. And now they'll go all the way back and reset it up from the back line, trying to pull New York forward and stretch them out a little bit. Kuldanik dropped it off. Played up the field by Yushek. Out to the left. Jones, a little bit of rare space. Challenge came in. Jones went down. Referee not having it. Says it's nothing but a goal kick. "50 minutes played in this match. And it was a late first half goal by the New York Stars that stands as the difference. Contact from behind and over the top. So Maroc draws the free kick just north of the half line. Quick restart. Fatahu dancing around. Ball just wouldn't quite settle for him though. Referee plays the advantage. It dries up rather quickly, but there is a foul on the attacking side of the half line as the free kick will go to Real Jersey. They thought about a quick restart. Decision went the better way not to do it. Napoli tried to get it up to Kitch. Once again, solid defending right now from the Stars. Absorbing a little bit of pressure, but each time they managed to kind of spring back towards an attack of their own. Adu wasn't able to catch up to that one. Jones in possession, sends it to the left back. Goldanik. Sino. Goldanik again as they're going to swing it around. Yashek. Kenson lobbed one over the top. This one coming over towards the sideline. Kept in. McGrath sends it into the midfield. Goldanik looking for options. Jones. Sino making the open overlapping run. Just wasn't a passing lane to get it to him. Jones went to ground. So the free kick will happen. Kenson once again going to be the one to take it. Official has everything lined up the way that he wants. Kenson finally able to eye up his kick, see where he wants to put this. Decent amount of power behind that kick, but ultimately right at the goalkeeper. One of the easier stops that Ronaldo has had to make here today. Tried to lace one out to the near side for Maroc, but that wasn't quite on. Into touch, off the canopy just to our right. At the bottom of your screen there. Short, looking to put it back into play. Kitch flicks it over, but he is absolutely surrounded. All the way back through the center. Goldanik as Real Jersey continues to try to build. Stars doing a good job keeping them at bay and pressing onto the attack when it's available. Very smart, contained play right now from the Stars. Not pushing onto the attack if it's not there. Keeping numbers in front of the ball. Goldanik, again, has to give it back over to Yushek. Jones. Up the middle. Dispossessed. Stars take it off the other way. Putting one up the middle, pressure coming on. Fatahu has a lot of speed. Montoya joining the pressure as well. A little heavy off the foot. Matos was the last one to put that one out of play. Maroc disrupted that one just enough. Groffman up through the middle. Again, I think he wanted to go up to Adu, but they weren't quite on the same page. 57th minute. New York Stars still lead this one 1-0. That one rolls out for the goal kick. Ronaldo puts it back into play. Bounding around a couple times in the air. Brought down by McGrath. Dispossessed by Montoya. Kitch muscling his way into a little bit of space. And then that dried up. Just enough contact to throw him off his run, but avoid the foul. And now we get a stoppage. Is the official going to come all the way back up towards the half line? And there's a player down for the New York Stars. That's Fatahu. And he will have to be seen to. So, not sure where that injury would have come from, but seemed to be in a decent amount of distress. See if he can shake it off and come back in this one at all. Right now, the Stars lead 1-0 here in the 58th minute. The goal coming way back just at the end of the half in the 40th minute with Robert Weitzman able to tuck that one home to give his team a 1-0 lead. The scoreline holds as it is. The New York Stars would advance to the knockout round and await to see what their fate is depending on the results from the other group as to who they would play. They can finish no higher than second in the group due to the fact that they come in at 0-1-1, so only 1 point to their name. That was a 1-1 draw with Nationals Union, and then losing 1-0 to KSA. So solid defending throughout this tournament for the New York Stars. It's just that the goals have been a little bit more difficult to come by. Today's goal, only their second throughout this national championship. The Stars, no slouch, as we mentioned. They finished second in the East Regional, losing 3-0 to Pennsylvania Dominion, but dominating elsewhere within the regional, with two players scoring 4 goals apiece. Fatahu's going to walk off under his own power, try to shake that off. So hopefully it's just a muscle cramp as you see him coming over. So no substitution made. So Boniface will be able to re-enter the game. And now the cramp seized up a little bit again, so he's being seen to along the sideline, at least for a moment. They're going to play with 10 men. Can't figure that would last for too long, given the situation within the game. Real Jersey in control of it, but quite far away from goal, trying to build something up. They send a ball over here to Short on the near side. He looks and sees the pressure coming, passes out of it. Kuldanik drops it off. Napoli coming up from the center, sends it left. A little bit of a bump, able to take it away from Kitch. try to serve it over the top to Jones. Now down for McGrath. Keeps it out of trouble. Kuldanek looking for Jones. Foul called on Jones for dangerous play. It's an indirect free kick. Maroc had it popped away. Ball continues to get higher up into the air. McGrath trying to bring it down, as was Gruffman. Ultimately down for Kuldanek. Drops it back. Napoli keeps it alive. Real Jersey finding it difficult to stretch out this compact New York Stars defense. A push up the left from Kitch. Finds Jones, looking for any kind of space around the diving defender to the end line. Puts it back out in front, but too many defenders in the way. Substitution coming in at the next opportunity. And now a free kick given. It's going to be in favor of Real Jersey, as they will be making the substitution as well. So this free kick will amount to somewhat of a short corner. Trying to give themselves options. Sino looking to take the free kick. Instead, it's going to be Kenson. Trying to tuck it towards the near post. Won't settle down for Jones. Maroc was right up in his face. Put back into the danger area by Napoli. Kitch couldn't get it to settle down. The flag goes up. Another save made. As that one dropped down, served outside. Shot it right into the goalkeeper. Good positioning, though, but ultimately it didn't matter as the flag was up and it was an offside call. This time Kenson is taken out. Returning to the match is Smelko. Boniface Farahu returns to the match after getting seen to by the trainer, trying to stretch out that leg and calf. Seemed to be suffering for some spasms, so that's one of those things that you never really know. You think you have it dealt with, and then all of a sudden it tightens back up, and sometimes it never does. Sometimes it'll happen within 30 seconds, so it's mainly because of Farahu's insistence that he stay in, that he's even in, because his coaches were thinking about making the substitution. Jones puts one back out in front, and again the shot blocked, this time off of defender. Easy for me to say. 66th minute of play, 1-0 still in favor of the Stars. Real Jersey puts it back in quickly. Napoli goes to the far wing. Sino is there. Napoli sets it up for Yushek. McGrath on through to Kuldanek. He goes down. Time getting a little more precious here for Real Jersey. Short, looking like he's going to take the kick. Kenson had been subbed out. He's been taking most of the set pieces. Good ball over the top. It just couldn't be steered on target. It was Kitch to get a head onto it. It's been that kind of night. Kitch with the one directing it towards goal. But the loop on it just wouldn't take it towards target. Chapman going to check into the game. Ronaldo with a strong drive puts it over the half line. Adu plays it up for Chapman. Defenders have to deal with it. High up into the air, Chapman lets it roll back right into him. Spun over his head, though. McGrath leaves it. Picked up by Smelko. Sliding challenge by Chapman. Took it away briefly. Napoli tries the far side. Comes back over here to the near. Yushak. Run being made by Short. Coach Kapitko telling his players they need to go forward with time ticking away in the 69th minute of play. And then hammered the other way by Fatahu. Pressure comes from behind Smelko. Real Jersey trying to swing it around. Short walking a tightrope here on the near sideline. But the pass going to go up the gut, intending that one for Kitch. Didn't get quite there. Well spotted there. Played away by Acito as he had a rough bounce to deal with. Jones coming back into the middle now, doing anything to find a little bit of space, and that one was taken right off his foot. Outside now for Morok, dangerously into the box. Morok around the goalkeeper, out in front, Chapman denied. Diving defenders along the goal line were all that stood between the New York Stars and a 2-0 lead. Kitch trying to go on the counterattack, and the referee says there was a foul. Caught the tail end of that one. Looked like it, from the brief replay that we had, looked like just kind of a coming together. But here we get another look at Fatahu playing this out to the outside, setting up Morok, getting just past the defender, Ormsby, as he went to ground. Marino came out, actually got a piece of that one. Chapman thought he had the goal, but it was a sliding, diving save there to keep that one out. Fantastic defending. Aubin went over the top again. Offside flag went up. Fadahu just kind of blasted up. Chapman able to bring it down. On with Brooks. Seeking out a little bit of an area over on the right. Brooks again through the middle. Looking for Maroc. Chapman was also available, but kind of split in between the decisions. McGrath takes out Fadahu and he spins it away. Chapman brings it down. Brooks with it. Going through the middle, looking off to the far wing. Maroc lobbed one up. It'll go all the way back. Marino goes out wide. Looking for space. Smelko. Just nothing available right now. Everything compact, everything in place right now for the New York Stars defensively. Unable to get onto it was Magon, who came in a few moments ago. Free kick favors Real Jersey. Time ticking away though. We're in the 74th minute. Stars holding on to a 1-goal lead that they scored in the 40th. Comes to the near wing, short, takes on Chapman. Just outside the circle. They go towards the left wing now. Jones couldn't slow it up initially. That allows help to come. Jones has to swing it back through the middle for McGrath. Kitch leaves it. McGrath. Score! The equalizer comes for Real Jersey in the 75th minute. Initially, didn't look like too much was going to come of it. But in the end, Real Jersey able to find an equalizer off of that one. Seemed like somewhat of a broken play, but ultimately McGrath able to poke that one home. So now, New York Stars with a lot to do. They have to score another goal. No result except for a win for them would see them go through. Chapman using his speed to at least save it for a moment. So we're going to have a goalkeeping change as we get another look at this. You see McGrath, after it takes a touch from Kitch, McGrath actually slipped, but it ended up working out for him. So I'm not sure that that's what he intended at all, as he kind of lost his footing to get the touch on it. So we're going to get what in baseball would be referred to as a double switch here. McGowan will come out. Ronaldo will stay in. He's going to take a place on the field. And going in his place as the goalkeeper now is Sam Weisletter. So Ronaldo Farlu will be utilized for his height and strength. He'll try to, especially if they get any kind of set piece. Right now he's taken up a spot in the center back position. It'll roll all the way out for a goal kick. 77th minute of play, 1-1 your score. The equalizing goal from Cade McGrath coming in the 75th minute. Barring any kind of huge upset by Nationals Union, this result would see Real Jersey go through to the next stage. Bouncing around like a hot potato, head to head. Napoli sends it back. Kitch, who's gone more into a defensive position. Far side now for Sino. Jones was substituted out during that break. And their goalkeeping change came as well. Substitution coming in now for the New York Stars. Confusion as to who was supposed to come out. Chapman coming out. Palacios moved to a forward position to try to utilize his speed, entering the game. Last minute substitutions here for New York Stars. Try to find the right combination to get a late goal. Just about to enter the 80th minute. Sub gonna check in for Real Jersey at the next opportunity as they continue to head it out. Coming in is Miguel Graterol. Time ticking away. There's a confusion as to who Graterol is replacing. And in the end, they don't make the substitution. So as we close in on full time, the word is that there will be 5 minutes of additional time put on the end. So again, confusion as to who is coming off, and you see there it is going to be Smelko. Smelko in, Graterol is out. Reverse that. Little tussle over along the far sideline. Official right there to make the call, giving the Stars an opportunity to get out of their defensive third via the free kick. They go short with it, trying to build up through possession. Not a bad idea, but when you don't have too much time left up on the clock, it becomes a little more difficult. Bit of a push there. Fatahu able to send it up towards the corner anyway, at least give his teammates an opportunity to run underneath it. Goes into touch, and it's a Real Jersey throw. Back and forth they go. Kicked up by Fadalu. Ronaldo having to chase it down now, as are two of his teammates on the defensive end. Desperate times now for the Stars. Real jersey content to just possess when given the opportunity. Kitch has it with pressure coming right in his face. Gets it off to McGrath, and now near side for Napoli. He's going to send it up towards the corner flag. A bit too much pace on that one, and that's going to roll out. Late whistle there. There was a foul spotted in the middle of the pitch with Kitch down. I've already played 3 minutes of at least an additional 5. Now Kitch just going to hold things up as it goes into the corner. Contact him from behind. Draws another whistle. Again, Kitch a little slow to get up. They just get a touch in on it. Ball back to Live. Out for the throw. Less than a minute left out of the additional 5, but with as many stoppages have kind of occurred here due to a brief injury and just out of bounds play. It'll be interesting to see if any additional numbers are added on. Fadahu asking for help. Maroc laces one up. Here's a foot race and a diving tackle to knock that one away. It stays in bounds, which will allow Real Jersey to get possession. They just lob it up the pitch. Whistle could come at any moment now. Fadahu lobs one over, trying to get it onto Palacios, and just too much on it. Flicked on. Going over the top. And there's the final whistle. Full time has been reached. And Real Jersey go out to celebrate because most likely they have advanced. A draw was all they needed unless something crazy happened in one of the other games. And as unlikely as that is, most likely Real Jersey has advanced to the next stage. But check up for official results on the championship page at ususoccer.org. But the draw was what Real Jersey needed, especially after falling down 1-0. They get the equalizing goal in the 75th minute from Cade McGrath. But for everybody here at Turbo Sports Group, we appreciate you tuning in this evening. We hope you enjoyed tonight's broadcast. For all of us, good night from Shields Overland Park Soccer Complex. Todd Panula signing off for the evening.